Hello again, welcome to my channel. This is another catch-up video of my recent art projects. I just want to show you and talk about, again, the quality of the camera isn't very good. This is on my laptop. It's the best I can do for now, but yeah, the lighting and the quality of the camera won't do it justice. But if you haven't seen my shorts, go check them out. This will be in two videos, two shorter ones, because for some reason I can't upload anything that's you know, approaching 20 minutes. I don't know why. So but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I'm going to show you and talk about what I've been doing and how I've been progressing. So as you may have known in the last video, if you haven't, don't worry, I am using unconventional paints as well as conventional ones. So I've been playing around with spray paints that are kind of DIY spray paints for like outdoors, for wood and metal and, you know, bicycles and things like that. I get them pretty cheap. And also now I've been buying samples of wall paints and stuff like that fairly cheaply, and I've been playing around with them and making some nice creations with some pretty good success, I'd say. How long I've been doing it? Probably, I think I started last year, maybe early last year, I think. I can't actually exactly recall, but it's not been long. But I've been enjoying it, and in the last video I think I showed you a couple of them. This one here, again, it's still my best. Let me adjust this light a bit. Let me bring it down. And it's going to be shining on my face, but don't worry. God, that's bright. I can't see anything now. Maybe this will show it off a bit better, but this one was intentional and unintentional, like a lot of mine. The design of this kind of strange kind of building, and it has an underwater effect, which I love, and a kind of misty effect. Again, it was part intentional, unintentional. The spray paint sputtered at a certain point around here, and I thought, oh shit, what have I done? And I thought, no, let me make, it can be underwater bubbles or orbs and stuff like that. And then when I did, in just a little line superimposed with a white acrylic, more orbs floating around, and touched it a little here and there to kind of like bring it out a little bit more. But I do like this one. It make it what you want it to be. It can be anything you want. I change my mind all the time. So yeah, this is kind of like the original one I did last year, I think. The second to it that's kind of similar is this one here. It's kind of like an underwater, kind of half underwater effect in some kind of cave. Somebody said it's somebody commented, one of the few comments I had, it's what did they say? It's Freudian to the max. It probably is. Yeah. So I quite like that one. Now moving on to the kind of creatures, call them Lovecraft, Cthulhu, octopus type entities or gods. This was an early one, made pretty quickly. I started drawing this thing here, whether it's a cave or an egg, I don't know. I thought, what, and the jagged rock type objects, and then I thought, what can I add? And the paint was kind of half setting, and it had that kind of like doughy effect, which is different than if you're just scratching fresh. And I literally got something like this. It was a wooden version of one of these, like an old fork, and I just scratched the head and the tentacles and everything, and I made that very rapidly. And this is finished. I'm not going to add anything to it because it's one of the earlier designs, and it's one of the best. I haven't quite created the same effect yet, I don't think, but I'm getting there. Alright, what's new? If I didn't show you, I think this one's new. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think I need to do a little more with it, but it has that kind of glowy effect. Again, similar design, but quite different looking. You've got the eye at the bottom here. That's something that I've kind of coming out of his mouth. That's something I've added, and you'll see this same thing in another one as well, I think. Maybe I'm wrong actually. Oh yeah, you will later. This one I like. This is a recent one. I added a touch of silver to this one, and also you'll notice there's like metallic looking artificial type objects. He's almost this creature here. He almost reminds me. This was unintentional. The way I positioned the tentacles, they look like his arms and legs a bit, don't they? I think so anyway. He's almost like a Smithy Cthulhu kind of creature. Works with metals underground or something. That's the impression I get with it. You know, like Lord of the Rings. You know, you got the dwarfs that live underground, and they're kind of like build cities and stuff like that, and mine metals. He's almost like a Cthulhu creature, a Cthulhu version of a dwarf or something. One of Tolkien's dwarfs or something like that in Lord of the Rings. I don't know. That's what it conjures up, but that's pretty much finished. I might touch it up a little, but I like the silver effect. It suits him. Okay, I think last one and most recent one of the I don't know, Cthulhu type creature is this one. I wanted pure silver with this. The camera doesn't do it justice. You can see it in the shorts, but I thought, no, maybe I could do some gold. So I did some gold, and I thought, I don't want it dominated by the gold. I realised it suited silver as well, so I kind of did a hybrid of the two, and I quite like it. Yeah. Again, you've got the kind of metal effect as well, and so I added some silver and a bit of gold in here to create that effect. You've got the strange eye as well with the tentacles spiraling outward. That's a new touch that I like. I'm going to touch this up, create some kind of dark mist. Sorry, not dark mist, a bit more white around here to create a misty effect, but that's pretty much done. So that's pretty cool. Now, kind of very different style, black and white. These creations here. This is a recent one, and this one I think has probably the most potential out of them all. It's very it's got a very multi-dimensional feel to it to me. Again, check it out on the shorts because the camera doesn't do it justice, I don't think. But I love the way you can see some mirrors in there. You know, this shape here, I was going to create like a mirror and make it see-through, because I made it like a scry mirror, and then I went with this shape here. I find myself making these shapes, just like I find myself making these kind of shapes at the edges. Don't know why, I just like them. Again, I think I'm developing kind of my own style in what I want, and this, like most of my paintings, my creations, they have the life of their own. They have their own path. I change things halfway, and I don't know where they're going to go, which is part of the excitement of it, you know. Oh Jesus! I damaged it then, but it's all right. Similar designs here with the black and white. Again, very three-dimensional. Like the others, it was started by scratching through, mixing the paint and scratching it through, creating the shapes, and then letting it set, and then imposing more paint with a paintbrush over it and seeing where it goes. I might add some silver, it might suit it. If I don't do it to this one, I might do it to another kind of design. Same with this one, this is recent. You've got kind of the skull effect at the top here. Definitely don't want to add any colour to it. I think it kind of suits this kind of black and white theme. Does seem very kind of like the artist of Alien. He has that kind of look and feel to it. Unintentional, 100% unintentional. This stuff, I don't get other artists and pictures and look at them and think I want to base it on that. This is completely me, and I can be 100% honest with that. This one here is not finished. Needs a fair bit of work. Again, I love these strange kind of buildings. I don't know why I do them, but it's kind of my style, I think. Hopefully, if another artist hasn't kind of done the same thing, doesn't matter anyway. This one here. Again, yeah, this is pretty much finished. You've got that kind of multi-dimensional effect, shape upon shape, you know. Right, let me cut this video short so I can download it. and then I've got a few other pieces to show you with a little colour, and then I'll just talk a little bit about them and a little bit more kind of thoughts about myself and my art. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.